Ye fond of me lobster. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Man in the Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, Man in the Movies. I'm sorry about that intro. This movie I don't know, it's just a quotable film. So anyway, The Lighthouse is directed by Robert Eggers and stars Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. I almost forgot the name there, I apologise for that pause. The Lighthouse is set in the late 1800s and is about two lighthouse guards who have to attend this lighthouse for 4 weeks. And stuff doesn't go as planned.
Tell me, what's a timberman want with being a wickie?
Just looking to earn a living, just like any man. Starting new.
On the run.
That's all I can really say about this movie without spoiling it. I know this is completely spoiler-free, and this movie was absolutely phenomenal. I tried not to, you saw the intro of my Terminator review. So the new A24 movie, The Lighthouse, directed by Robert Eggers and stars Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. So I've been hearing a lot of buzz about that movie, how good it is and how intense it is, and it's been released in America and it's been getting a lot of reviews and a lot of spoiler reviews. But they decided to bring it out in Australia next year. So whoever declares the release dates for Australia can suck my... And yes, I was really looking forward to this film, but I was trying not to get my hopes up too much because I didn't want to be disappointed, and I was not disappointed at all. I really liked The Witch. The Witch was a movie that I felt like I could have watched a bit more. I have only seen it once. I still remember stuff from it, but I feel like I should watch it more and more, and that's what I really want to do with The Lighthouse. The Lighthouse is a movie that you can't really, although I am talking about it over my first viewing, it is a movie that I feel like your view is going to change every viewing you see it. This movie does a really good job at having two kind of sides to the film. It has a physical story to the film, which is about Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson's characters, attending the lighthouse, and the physical story and the actual plot of the film. And then there's the metaphorical side of the film, which has all the symbolism and the metaphors and the references, and they just work really well together. Putting them together and there's dream sequences and there's certain stuff in the film where it kind of references certain things. At this point in time, I'm not 100% sure as what certain things mean, which is good because I want to watch it a second time, and then I want to look up what everything means, see if I can pick up certain things in the next viewing and the next viewing, and so on and so forth. There is references to King Neptune and certain symbolism and things about seagulls and things that I'm not going to get into because that can get into spoilers, but I will admit that this movie looks beautiful. The positives, I'll get straight into the positives. The movie looks beautiful. The shots are so impressive. The sound effects is something that kind of flies under people's radar with this film, but the sound effects in this film are really good. You're hearing this foghorn throughout the whole movie, and it's really loud, but it's really good. But just the water effects and the weather and everything, it really makes you feel like you're there. And the whole scenery and the atmosphere of this film is just so... It really kind of just makes you feel like you're there, and it really kind of grips you at the same time. Robert Pattinson in this movie was really good. I feel like he's still a bit better in Good Time, but Willem Dafoe in this movie was phenomenal. His performance in this movie was really good. There's lots of long, just still shots of him just speaking these monologues, and just there would have been so much to go into his performance, and he just blew it out of the way. He just made it look like it was nothing. I've seen all these interviews with him, and he just makes it look like it was just nothing. But he has one of the probably the hardest performance in this film, to be honest, because he has to speak all this dialogue, and there's like a physical performance there as well. Robert Pattinson has more of the physical performance, but Willem Dafoe has just a great vocal performance. Robert Eggers again shows to be a great director and proves to be one of the best directors out there working today, as well as the Safdie brothers and a whole bunch more, Denis Villeneuve and there's still heaps of great directors out there. But Robert Eggers is really good, and his brother Max Eggers, who helped write this film, they do a great job working together, and I feel like they can make more good material in the future. I think the biggest negative for me, the one that kind of bugged me the most about the film, was that the accents, not Willem Dafoe as much, but mainly Robert Pattinson, their accents changed quite a bit, and it took me probably about 40 to 50 minutes into the film until I realized that they were actually American, and I didn't really know that simply because the accent. I didn't understand what the accent, because it just felt like he kept changing the accent. It sounded British in some parts, American, and then he had like this crossbreed of all these languages and these accents mixed together that I didn't understand what it was, and that was confusing to me. A lot of people have said that the movie is overly ambiguous, and I don't think it is at all. I feel like if you're going into a Robert Eggers film, you're gonna have to expect that, but I wasn't disappointed by that. I like movies that constantly make you think after you've watched it, because then it's done a good job. If it's a movie that you've just seen and in 2 days you've forgotten about the movie, like a big budget action film like Rampage or something, then it doesn't really succeed as, you know, a good film. I feel like a good film for me is a movie that you can constantly think about and remember for years to come, and that's what Lighthouse is, and that is why I'm going to give Lighthouse a 9.5 out of 10. Just that small little part with I know the movie is a bit slow, but it was slow, but the whole movie was building suspense, and it felt like a Hitchcock film in that way, and that's why I like it. That slight little negative with the accents kind of bugged me a little bit, and I felt like Robert Pattinson could have done a better job at sticking to one sort of accent and not kind of changing all the time. I don't know if that was just me picking up on that, but it kind of bugged me throughout the film. Anyway, Lighthouse is a movie that if you've seen The Witch, you definitely should watch it if you like The Witch, but it's also a film that you should be careful watching, because a lot of people, I would agree that it is a very divisive film. There's a lot of people, I saw a lot of people in this film when they were walking out were saying how bad it was and they didn't really like it. Just be careful, and I feel like read into it, but don't spoil it for yourself if you can, just so you know whether the movie will be good for you. It is a hard movie to determine a target audience, so that's why I feel that you should be careful when you're going to go see this film. Anyway guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.